Many places in Maya hold hidden secrets that are hidden to the normal eye. However, today we're going to the place where we can unveil those secrets, the Municipal Library of Maya. Unfortunately, we probably do not have clearance to film inside the galleries, so we're going to have to look for an alternative.
In the last episode, we were able to explore what makes Maya's biodiversity so special. We explored the diseases that the animals in the zoo can give us. However, the topic of disease is indeed very complex. Therefore, we come here to explore another form of disease, protozoa infections. Some years ago, records show of a little boy that sadly died from a strange disease, amoebic encephalitis. This boy was infected from an amoeba named Belmutia mandrillaris. This boy wasn't from Maya, of course, but instead from Povo de Varzim, which is not, nor has ever been, Maya. However, if we want to make any future expansion plans, we should be prepared for whatever we might find. Therefore, today we're going to explore how other amoebas like this one can affect humans. Let's go. Here we can find a testimony of the Mai's people's ingenuity and civics. This mini library, encased within its gates, just has the right article that we're looking for. Let's study it. Well, this is outrageous. I must talk to the responsible authorities about this shame of an article. Hello.
Hello.
Excuse me. The article you published is just awful.
Well, I'm very sorry to hear this, sir. What article are you talking about and what is about?
It's a giant virus infecting the amoeba flagellate Niglaria by Arthur et al. 2024. It reports the discovery and characterization of Naegleria viruses, that first known giant virus that can infect the immunoflagellate Naegleria, including a pathogenic species Naegleria fowleri, which causes fatal amoebic meningoencephalitis in humans. The study reveals that Naegleria viruses adapt to its host, such as acquiring genes for heat shock proteins and apoptosis inhibition. The research expands the understanding of giant viruses' diversity and host interactions.
Right, and do you know how to justify the relevance of this article?
Yeah, the authors justify the study by highlighting the public health relevance by saying that understanding the interactions between giant viruses and Naegleria could provide insights into host biology and potentially offer treatment to the infection of viruses on a human host. They also address the need to understand how giant viruses acquire host-derived genes and how these genes contribute to the virus replication and host manipulation.
And were you able to find out the study's objectives?
I guess with this article, they're trying to have a better understanding of giant viruses and, secondarily, contributing to a better comprehension of how these viruses can help understanding the biology of the human pathogen Naegleria fowleri.
What type of study is it?
The study is an experimental investigation that integrates virological isolation, structural and cellular imaging, molecular and genomic analysis, phylogenetic analysis, proteome analysis, and DNA insulation, and quantitative PCR. This study is suitable because it combines techniques that together address the research objectives from isolation through to imaging the infection cycle and evaluating evolutionary adaptations.
What was the target of the
The
study?
study focuses on the myoflagellate nuclearia, and the reason is, prior to this work, no giant virus isolated had been linked with nuclearia. Look, man, I'm starting to get on my nerves here. What's with all these questions?
We just want to make sure to commit the same mistake twice, if you don't mind. What were the methods used by the authors?
Ugh, let me see. The methods used to collect information were virus isolation and cultivation, genomic sequencing, and microscopy techniques. The limitations presented during the study were host dependence because Naegleria virus only replicated in monoxenic cultures and not in exanic, and temperature sensitive because viral replication was impaired at 40 degrees Celsius due to host defenses or intrinsic viral sensitivity.
And what the conclusions were able to draw from this article?
I didn't even know it. I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. I was shocked by the sheer, I don't even know how to say it, the sheer shame, if you will, that this article is.
What the conclusions were able to draw from
If
this
you
article?
insist, I'd say the main conclusions of the study are genomic insights, and the NIV has a large and linear double-stranded DNA genome, 1.116 million base pairs, encoding 1,000 proteins, many unknown functions, and it belongs to the family Mimiviridae, subfamily Closneurviridae. It also has unique structural and replication features like Naegleria virus virions exhibit a complex multi-layered structure resembling other mimiviruses, and the infection cycle involves phagocytosis, viral factory formation, and host lysis like other giant viruses. Ecological implications. The study reveals that infections with giant viruses and the lysis of their hosts can have ecosystem scale consequences, like through termination of algal blooms. Host transient pathology, the NAV induced infection phenotypes such as cell rounding and lysis. In all the species of the genus Naegleria, including Naegleria fowleri, the study fills a critical gap in virology by characterizing the first giant virus infecting Naegleria, offering new insights into viral evolution, host adaptation, and potential strategies to combat Naegleria fowleri infections.
Well, there doesn't seem to be a problem with the article, sir. It seems to be credible, and the publisher as a IF. What exactly is wrong with the article?
What what's wrong with it? Doesn't talk enough about Maia at all.
Have a nice day, sir.
Listen here, wise guy. I'll show what a real article should look like. This is a real article. Yeah, now this is the kind of article I like. Just imagine. We can be great again. We should be great again. Imagine the eagle roaring up above the skies of Maya, the great skies of Maya. We'll get more territories back. We'll start Retrofa. Den Wilde Conde. Valongo. Den Togus. Yeah, we're gonna be great again. Oh, I,
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you in the next episode of Chronicles of Geira. See you next time.